Since it was established less than a year ago, Guam Women's Chamber of Commerce President Lulian Guerrero says equal wages and minimum wage has been a hot topic amongst her board and membership.
Thank you for allowing us to testify on a bill that we consider very, very critical to businesses and to the economy as a whole. And to the livelihood of our community.
It was earlier this month when the Guam Women's Chamber hosted a forum on wage and compensation, featuring key experts on the matter. Vice Speaker B.J. Cruz was the guest speaker at that forum, where he announced he would be introducing a bill to raise the minimum wage. The Bank of Guam president and former senator was the first to testify on Bill 316 Wednesday night.
There has been no adjustment in the minimum wage in 5 years. In that time, food prices are up 32%. Housing costs are up 24%. Power is up 42%. Fuel has increased by 26%. The median rent for a 2-bedroom apartment on Guam is $800 per month.
Leon Guerrero, who noted Bank of Guam also supports raising the minimum wage, says Bill 316 mirrors President Barack Obama's measure proposed during the 2014 State of the Union address intended to provide employers adequate time to plan the implementation of the stepped-up wage.
For Guam, it brings us up wages closer to the $7.89 needed to bring the existing minimum wage to reflect current purchasing power.
Guam Chamber of Commerce President David Letty, meanwhile, was against Bill 316, saying wage increases should be related to worker productivity and economic expansion, not through arbitrary increases. Certified financial planner Carl Peterson says investing and saving money is what he does best. He also raised concern questioning what magic lawmakers had up their sleeves to raise the minimum wage 39.3% without understanding the impact it will have on the community.
The old saying holds, a bad economist sees a short-term euphoria. A good economist sees the long-term unintended consequences of that short-term decision. But if the legislature believes so strongly that this bill will not impact anyone, let's not mess around. Let's raise it 539% so we can really help the little guy.
He says passing such legislation would increase prices, force businesses to cut operating expenses, and cut profits. He adds if lawmakers can pull off this trick, he hopes they can sprinkle some of that magic on the rising cost of power, water, and trash bills. Guam Hotel and Restaurant Association President Mary Rhodes, meanwhile, says magic, rather raising the minimum wage, won't solve the problem.
I think that actually we are truly oversimplifying a very difficult and complex problem. This is not a silver bullet.
She says increasing the minimum wage will essentially change the market conditions for companies and cause changes in its structure, affecting hardworking people in the workforce.
There are a lot of issues at hand with the reasons why, there's a difference between skilled and unskilled workers, and minimum wage a lot of the times goes to unskilled workers, and that's how they enter in so that they can get skills. And once you start introducing or lowering that gap and get that compression, you are definitely going to start impacting those who are skilled workers.
She says much of what's being discussed nationwide is premature and should require an independent economic impact study. 2 more public hearings are set for April 30th at 2 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. at the Guam Legislature's public hearing room. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Ken Quintaniza.